Welcome back to 3-Minute Beer Reviews. Today I will be trying the infamous new Glarus Spotted Cow. Now this is the most popular beer from the new Glarus Brewing Company, and it is pretty well known. It is pretty infamous. You know, this is the beer that bars in Minnesota got busted for serving. People kind of go crazy for this beer. But what's interesting is that oftentimes when you look at Beer Advocate or other sites, the reviews are pretty mixed. If you look on a lot of the more established beer review channels, they're pretty mixed. People aren't blown away by this beer, but it's still extremely popular in Wisconsin and in places nearby. People will go across the state border just to get this beer. I'm not going to read too much about it. They call it a farmhouse ale. They talk about how it's adheres to very strict German purity laws. It's all natural ingredients, yeast, hops, water, and malted barley. We allow the yeast to remain in the bottle, so it's got that kind of bottle, I guess, conditioning. And it just says, expect this ale to be fun, fruity, and satisfying. You know you're in Wisconsin when you see the Spotted Cow. I'll get right to it. So yeah, I think I mentioned I'm kind of back and forth with this beer. I've had it a few times since I've started drinking. I do ask if somebody from Wisconsin comes and visits me out in South Dakota, I'll ask them to bring it to me, along with Moon Man, which I prefer. Okay, so you see, super golden, very little head on it, a little bit of lacing when you mix it around, kind of murky, which you'd expect from an ale that's called a farmhouse ale. Let's take a smell. Now, off the top, this is a pretty fruity smelling beer. I can't quite put my nose exactly what it is. It's definitely got sweetness to it. You can smell the malt, you can smell the barley. Let's take a sip. So it's a very full flavored, but very drinkable beer. It's not super heavy at all. It's very smooth. Very light tongue feel. It's pretty refreshing. You know, I watched an interview with, I had to check his name, but Dan Carey, who's along with his wife, the founder, and he's the main brewer at Spotted Cow. And he talked about how, for him, this is like the perfect beer to just drink on like a Wisconsin night when it's hot and sunny, you know, or not hot and sunny, but you know, when the sun's gone down on a hot summer night. And I can see what he's talking about. It kind of smells dewy, and it doesn't taste dewy, but it smells like that kind of Midwest, a little bit muggy, summery, refreshing, but you can drink this beer all year round. All right, I'm coming up on 4 minutes, so I'll just say I really enjoy it. It's worth checking out. I watched a review from the Open Bottle Society, and they were mixed on it, but they kind of said that this is a really good beer because it gets people into kind of trying new things. Like if you're really into standard lagers, people will like this, and then they'll kind of open up their palate. And that's something I appreciated from the review. And I think that's true. This is a lot of people in Wisconsin's gateway beer into kind of craft beer and other kinds of, you know, a little bit more complex beers. It's really solid. It's always really consistent every time I get it from a bottle. So I will give it a 4, a solid 4. Okay, that's all you need to know. Workers of the world unite, solidarity forever. Peace.